Today I'm going to demonstrate how to set up an AeroRest from Firenock. First, to set up AeroRest, you have the AeroRest itself. We recommend that there's a few tools you're going to need. You're going to need a Torx 10, a Torx 40, a large screwdriver, and a small screwdriver. And if you're ready to put in a bow, maybe another 1.5mm hex key. Alright, let's see what's inside the Firenock package. To open the Firenock package, first of all, we use the most environmental package. This has the least amount of carbon footprint of any packaging in the market. You want to take the manual out. The manual is actually inside these pages right here. Okay, inside the package, you're going to see the basic AeroRest itself. Okay, you see 3 fingers, the C frame, and the sidebar. The bow mounting bracket. You have 18 O-rings. They're in 2 different sizes. The thick ones, like this one, is a 0.45, and the thick one is the thin one is 0.11. This 18 washers should allow you to make all the way as small as a Goldtip Kinetics 400. After that, you're going to need extra spacer set. Then you have the bag of screws. You have the big screw like this one. These 2 screws made of titanium, and the last set of screws made of stainless steel. They're extremely lightweight. Alright, let's beginning to set up this AeroRest. You notice that nothing is screw tight, so you can pretty much do anything you want with it. The AeroRest standard configuration is like this, which means coughing down. But you can always, because you can see there's 6 different holes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do a coughing left, a coughing down, all the way to the coughing up. See that? Now you're shooting a coughing left-right configuration. The system lets you modify in any shape or form, but we recommend this is the best form we out there. There is no way to absolutely tighten this, even no matter how hard you try. So what, after all the testing we have done, we figured out the moment when you decided the configuration of your rest, you drop a super glue. First, tighten this way first. Put the super glue right on, and you tighten this all the way. Quick. Otherwise, the super glue will dry on you. Okay, now this piece is permanently attached to this piece. That's your first step. Then the next step you're going to do is configure the height of 3 fingers to fit the arrow you use. The one we are testing right now is the Goldtip Black 5575, and this will be a configuration 1B 2A and 3B 2A. The B stands for thick and the A stands for thin. Those are described very clearly in the menu above. Yes, it is recommended you actually read this thing through once before you do this. To save time, we didn't go through that. Alright, we're going to do the upper one first because there's only one of them. It's 1B 2A, which is 1 thick one and 2 thin ones. The sequence is not important as long as they're stacked together. You slide them through and you push them in all the way, and you thread them in. After you get close to that, this is the time the big screwdriver kick in. Make sure the 2 lines, see the middle part? This screw right here is the tightening of the pressure of the spring. This is where you align them all together and you tighten them using the big screwdriver. Alright, top is done. And the lower one is 3B 2A. Which means 3 of the thick ones and 2 of the thin ones. Nope, as usual, tighten it down. The spacer actually behaves like a washer. The moment you do that, there's pretty much no way you'll ever come out unless you use a screwdriver. Again, 3B2A, 3 of the thick ones and 2 of the thin ones. Okay, there's your 3B28 right there again. Make sure they're aligned, fix screwdriver down, tighten it. Okay, this is set up, but very important part, make sure your keys are right, because when you push it too low, the arrow will not go through. This is what I usually do. I make sure the top one, I screw the top one pin down all the way to the bottom, not tighten, but if you snug, you back off 3.5 turn on the top bar, which is just about my line with the flush. On the lower one, you screw it all the way down, and then back off 1.5 turn. Same thing on the other side. Now with that configuration, something very interesting will happen. Now see this? I'm able to slide in the air with no problem. But see, because of the 2 middle pin is preventing it all the way from going down. See that? It will not go down even if you try. That's the beauty of ceramics. Now you can see there's a little bit more room than usual. You can add more washer either to the lower one to raise it or push this further to down. But I believe that with about 5 thousandths is the best configuration. Now, this is what everybody talk about noise. You can see that it's technically non-existing. But just like everything that moves will make noise. And this is about as quiet as it gets and as smooth a glide as it gets. Okay, now do the second part. We're going to mount this on a bow. Since it's right-hand bow, this is going to be this configuration. We barely slide the sidebar, the mount on it onto the sidebar. We put in our torque head, which is a 10. We tighten it down snugly. Now we make sure we barely snug it. We don't want to tighten it so much it won't move. But at the same time, we do not want it to be sliding all over the place. Now it's perfect. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use a Matthew Craze bow. Since it's reasonably short and easy to handle and maneuver. Okay, this is what you do. First you mount it onto the bow using the provided screw. Yes, it's a Torx 2 and it's made of titanium. It's only got 1/4 the weight of a normal bow and you'll never ever rust. And notice it's not even shiny because it's titanium. Okay, you barely snug it. Don't snug it all the way. You make sure you can move it a little bit because you're going to need that maneuverability when you put the arrow in. Okay, when you put the arrow in, you want to take a look from the side to make sure it's absolutely parallel. And then you also want to make sure this is perfectly vertical. Now turn it around to make sure that it's in this centered. The laser marking really help in this operation. Okay, look at that. And check back the side. Everything is good. First thing you do, tighten the big screw. Second, tighten the Torx right here. It's a T10. And for those who are really concerned about tightening down, see this? There's another screw right here. You can use the provided set screw. It's a 1mm key using all the way down and you lock into the bow and now your bow is ready to shoot. Pretty simple and straightforward. You'll be amazed of how accurate it is. When I first shot it, I was amazed myself. Thank you.